There was an old joke always said about an argument amongst the contemporary poskim, whether you say on a schnitzel, which is coated with crumbs, you say mezonot or you say she'akol. So they used to laugh and say that in America, you make on it she'akol. In Israel, you make on it mezonot. Because in America, they give you a schnitzel with a little bit of crumbs. In Israel, they fill your crumbs and a little bit of schnitzel. You can't find the schnitzel. But that's a joke. Really, we have to know this principle, which is, I find that people are not so aware of this. Whenever there is one of the 5 grains, which is mezonot, mixed to any product which is there for the purpose of flavor, of taste, or to fill you, to satisfy you, then even though it's the minority of the product, it gets the bracha of mezonot. Mezonot takes precedence, and that's what you make bracha on. However, if the flour or crumbs or the mezonot is put there for a different purpose, i.e. to stick things together or to congeal things, to make things steady, to make things not watery, or any reason which is not for flavor or for satisfaction, then if it's the minority, you do not make on it mezonot. If it's a majority, there's a discussion in the poskim. But if it's a minority, you do not make on it mezonot, as you're not having it for flavor or for satisfying. So here comes the discussion about the schnitzel. Some people put a lot of crumbs, some put a little crumbs. It's not relevant to that. If you've got a significant amount of crumbs, which you coat your schnitzel with, and crumbs do come nowadays for flavor. Make no mistake. When you ask people whether they prefer schnitzel with crumbs or without crumbs, they'll tell you they prefer with crumbs because of the crunchiness, because the taste and the flavor of the crumbs. So if the crumbs there are placed for taste, in the olden days maybe they used to fry with flour and eggs, so therefore the flavor of the mezonot wasn't so much for there, was more for it shouldn't stick on the pan perhaps, or other reasons. Nowadays you buy golden crumbs or crumbs of bread or flavored crumbs. Surely the crumbs are there for a purpose of flavor. And therefore, schnitzelim, if they've got a decent coating of mezonot, you should make on it mezonot, even though you may claim and say that the main reason why you're having it is for the chicken or for the meat. That's the reason why you're having it. Never mind. Still, the crumbs there are giving you flavor. The schnitzel becomes tafel to the mezonot, and you make mezonot, and that covers both things. So the bracha on coated schnitzels would be nowadays mezonot. As certainly people don't put crumbs over the schnitzel so it shouldn't stick into the pan. We've got non-stick pans, and we've got no problem with it sticking. It's more for the flavor, and therefore, since it's got an element of flavor, and that's what you want it for, you should make on the schnitzel mezonot. In regards of after bracha, then you can't make ala mechia, because the amount of coating you have doesn't have a kazait b'chdei achilat pras. You haven't got a kazait of it, which you'll eat in a short amount of time, and therefore, the after bracha obviously will be borei nefashot. If you had a kazait of the schnitzel, you have to make borei nefashot after that.